And says we're live. Wait for the video to come in. And cool. Let's copy that and tell the world at everyone texturing models, texturing furniture and other miss items modeled by Stiltskin. Let's not do the call out just yet. Let's see, texturing models first. Here we go. Send. Okay, and then we'll pop out chat. Okay, and we're gonna have this assets, cool. Plop this down here in the corner so I can see y'all. And we're not doing Paris just yet. We got, we're still here in London, kinda. It's actually all these assets that we're gonna model. I guess I could just do these independently. So these models were made by Stiltskin. Hey, what's up, Ben Stanley? Stanley says hello, smiley face slash. How's it going, Ben Stanley? How you doing? I'm about to do some texturing and a little bit of model tweaking to these models made by, he goes by Stiltskin on the Discord. Also, let me see, what's an appropriate, I could share some links later on, but so I had a sort of volunteer slash kind of contractor that is doing some additional modeling work for Memories of a Spy. And it's awesome. He's very good at what he does. And I think things are moving along swimmingly. So he just models them, and then I come in, I do any necessary tweaks, and then I texture them. Okay, so I want to change my focal length because these are the project files that he sends me. He sends he sends me these .blend files, and then I kind of just make them, I finish them up, you know. Going good here, right on. Cool, cool, cool. Is it, what time of the day is it for you? It's noon for me. Kind of a late start today. My day literally started early, but I was procrastinating like a maniac. Okay, so I'm gonna texture this toilet, this sink, and this bathtub. First thing I wanna do though is this toilet, I want to separate into a couple different parts. So there's the actual toilet part, right? Or the base of the toilet. And then I'm gonna take this. How do I do this one? Come on. There we go. Okay, we got that part, and let's just make sure all that's good. Cool. Right click. Is my mouse extra sensitive right now? What the fuck? Yeah, I think it is, huh? There we go. Wow, this just feels so sensitive right now. Separate selection. 1 p.m. for me. Oh, you're close. I forget where everybody is. There's too many people that are all over the world, and I kind of forget where everyone is. So, my apologies. Okay, going back to object mode. This is the toilet base, and then this is the toilet lid. Okay. You know what's kind of interesting is like, a wish list item would be like you have all three of these separate, and then like, so when you use the restroom, based off of your preferences, you can like lift the seat or not. And then that can tell you, and if you forget to like put that seat down or whatever, like that can tell you who was there last based off of what their preferences might have been. But let's not get into that. just yet. Let's see, it's kind of gonna go like right there. Okay. That looks okay. And I'll add in the pivot point and all that shit later on. Otherwise, I'm just gonna put this into the toilet base like that. Cool. This I'll just leave. These things, I think maybe I might, no, I won't. I'm not gonna get, does he have these? Let's see. Okay, they are, the faucet knobs are separate. Good, good, good. So I'm gonna take these, the faucets themselves can be put on the sink body. So I'm gonna merge these, Control J, and then the faucet knobs. What is this? Ah, those ones, okay. These, you know, honestly, just to speed things up, I'm gonna make that all one thing too. I can always come back and separate them if I really wanted to. Why did chat disappear? What the fuck? What's going on here? Is this? Weird. Let me see. There we go. Okay. Okay, we got a sink. I'll just call it sink. And what else? I think that's mostly it. Bathtub. This looks good. We'll just, I was gonna do some changes to this bathtub, but I'm honestly just so ready to move forward. So I have this, the faucet body, faucet knob A and B. I'm gonna, yeah, I'll take these and for now, put them in shower, select hierarchy, Control J. I mean, even that, where is it at? The faucet body. Select hierarchy. And then Control J this mamma jamma. Dope. We'll call this like shower, head, and faucet. What else? Okay, those are looking okay. Let's see. What do we got here? Okay. You know what I might do? I might, let's see. Trying to figure out a good way to connect this. Oh, this should also just be, okay. So we were going through some steps here that we do not need. I think I'll get all of this, this. Oops. Like that. Okay, delete these faces. And then delete those faces. So it's a single thing of polys. That looks good. Okay. And then it'll go something like this. Okay. I think that's good. And maybe now that I'm looking at how this would work with the shower curtains and all that, I'll probably get rid of the curtain ring. I think that's looking good. So now I can start texturing these things. All right, so we're gonna want porcelain. Actually, let's look at the references that he was using. So he has this spreadsheet that I give him, and then he bathroom. Here we go. I guess that one didn't work. So he's only going off of this. Interesting. That's lame. Huh. Okay. So this is just silver and white. Just that kind of like chromey and porcelain. Great. Textures.com. Did I ever use porcelain? I can't. Porcelain. What else would you call porcelain? Plate, tableware, porcelain. I could just search straight up toilet. It's toilet paper. What about a bathtub? Bathtub. Bath. That kind of is hard to make a texture of, huh? Like porcelain, because it's like mostly in the reflections. White metal. Is that all really porcelain kind of looks like? I'm gonna have to go to that one website. What is it called? Unsplash. Okay, and let's try porcelain. I get all these porcelain cups. Okay, you just need to search bathtub, Steven. Bathtub. Oops. Tub. Bishka says, hope you're doing well, bro. Thank you. How's it going, Bishka? How are you doing? I am doing well. I'm just in the middle of texturing these models. You are now on my second monitor for the afternoon while I work. Woo! I made it to the second monitor. One day I will reach the first one. Yeah, I think we got a nice little afternoon of work ahead of us. What are you working on? Okay, we got some of that. Chrome. Okay, bathtub. I'm also just gonna search toilet. It really is just that like white. I want like baked in reflections. I'm looking for something. Oh, there's probably more for the bathtub too. I'm looking for something that kind of has a bunch of very vague reflections that I could just map onto both the bathtub and the toilet. But I'm not sure. I know it's got to exist. What I'm looking for is just got to exist. Tony Hamilton says, hey, what's up? What's up, Tony Hamilton? Oh, we're here looking for a vague porcelain texture. Oh, nice. I don't know who that is, but that's, what's his name? The Brazilian president. This is very surprising that you can't really find. I'm going to search that bathtub again, because bathtubs have more surface area. And I think if I find the right one, that'll probably give me a better thing to work off. Are you allowed to? Oh. This one? No. This one, maybe. This is good. Okay. I'm probably going to have to bust open Photoshop for this. This one's pretty good. Let's try some of these out. Let's see. It's kind of like it's a gradient and it's something that has a bit of that reflection on it. That's about enough, huh? I'm starting to waste time if I go too crazy with this. Oh, look at that. That's kind of what I'm looking for, that kind of stuff. Even this? No, it's too dark. Or this. Look at this one, white ceramic. Oh, ceramic. Let's see if textures.com has anything. Should I search white ceramic? White. Nah. Let's check at the bottom. I feel like it's mostly, yeah, they only have that. Okay, no, that last one's good. I dig this one. So let's see. Let's download the medium-sized one. And gonna put this in universal textures. I'm just gonna call this one white ceramic. All right, let's try the toilet first. Or actually, let's try the bathtub first. So let's get all of it. Yeah, I guess that's good. I'll just put all of it on here. New, call it white ceramic, and it'll be this image texture that we just got. All right, does it work? Does that solution actually hold up? Oh, am I? What he does this thing where he makes all his. Here we go. Texture. Viewport. World theme. No specular lighting. Does anything tickle your fancy in the asset store? Playmaker. You guys want to see what's in my wish list for the asset store? I haven't, I'm not really, again, you've probably heard me say I'm not very active, like, I don't actively look for things to buy. As great as the asset store is, I also think it's a wild goose chase for a lot of people. You'll end up sort of, hold on, I'm gonna log in and shit really quick though. Let me see. I'm just gonna change this to this. And then I'm gonna log in really quick. I think the asset store can be a wild goose chase for people in that it ends up being sort of distracting and a sort of an excuse for why things are or are not done. There's a lot of like justifications behind sinking a bunch of cash into magic bullet solutions, you know? Okay, so let's see. Saved assets. Let's go to my favorites. All right, so we got Dungeon Architect. I don't have this one. I've looked at this one. It seems like a bit overkill for what I want to do when I was going to try out procedural map generation. So there's that one. It looks really strong, though, if I was building an entire game with heavy emphasis on procedurally generated maps, if that was like the big main thing behind a game that I was doing. But since I want to do really simplistic and odds are like very grid-based procedural generation, Dungeon Architect seemed like overkill. That's on there. This Quibbly shaders, these look pretty cool. I wanted to try them out. It didn't quite work out considering that it's only like, I don't know, it kind of fucks with textures, image textures. Doesn't really like play well with that. It should be its own whole thing where it's like whatever you're designing should fit well with the way its shaders work. So it's Quibbly. Sprite Slicer, this one's like an asset that lets you chop up images. Toon shading in water, again, is something kind of like Quibbly. It's just a toon shader. More dungeon, procedural dungeon things. Cozy house generator, it's kind of a similar, cartoon Mexican city. I just thought it was a cute city. Thought I would use it for reference if I ever wanted to do something that was built like that. Let me see. Yeah, I think this just looks cute. Yeah, a lot of these things, for me are like for game jammy stuff, game jam ideas. I don't really see myself like sinking a bunch of money into pre-made assets for paid games, right? My big projects that I would like ship out. I mean, I would if I did heavy like texture, if I made my own textures and stuff or changed the models up. I'm not buying any more assets until I finish my current project. That is the right fucking attitude. I snatched up the path. Is that A sharp or something? A something. Pathfinder tool and top-down engine. Cool. Hopefully they're serving well. Behavior trees was on here for a minute. I was thinking about getting it, but it's just I watched a bunch of tutorials and watched how a bunch of people use them for their project, and behavior designer is just so redundant if you're already using Playmaker. Power Sprite Animator. This is just kind of like a nifty way to organize your sprite animations and stuff. Modular Traffic. I was just, cool. Traffic. Get pedestrians walking around the city. I still might check this one out. It might be a decent solution if I can't whip up something quick and solid for Memories of a Spy. Vertex Animation Tools. This is cool because Unity doesn't have, by default, doesn't support vertex animations. So typically when you're doing animations, you're either translating geometry across, like the whole object itself in space, or scaling it up, or rotation or whatever. Or you're using joints, right? You're using sort of like rigs that you've either rigged up in Unity, or using the joints and bones tools from other programs. But the one thing that Unity hasn't supported natively is vertex animations, which is when you want to move the individual vertices. That is to say, like, over here in Blender, like this model of the bathtub, if I select this single vertice, I can animate it to just move out like that. Oh, he's using a modifier to do this. That's good to know. I think maybe. But yeah, you can't have individual vertices get animated in Unity. So I've baked out animations where, like, I think it was from Cinema 4D. I did an animation in Cinema 4D where like a cigarette was shrinking, and I just animated the vertices to get smaller. So the actual mesh of the object is changing, and imported that into Unity, and nothing happened. And then I looked it up, and it's like, oh, because Unity does not support vertex animations. So that's what this is. Vertex Animation Tools is an asset that allows Unity to actually read vertex animations. Volumetric blood fluids. This one looks pretty cool. If I ever want to do like a super bloody game, this looks pretty wild. It's like, it sounds like it can get kind of expensive, but it's essentially making, it's like almost kind of like a particle system for just doing it for blood. Looks really nice, splashes really well. uConsole. This is kind of like a debug console. Again, I already made my own in Playmaker. I think I actually got this just because I was like, oh, what else do debug consoles do? And then, like, the answer is everything, and there's really simple ways to make your own. It's just kind of like what do you call it? Like a workload thing. It's like how much power do you want to give your console? Sound Toolkit. I don't know which one this one is. What is this? Sound Toolkit. Why is Sound Toolkit awesome? I actually don't remember what this is. This might be sort of like a 90% off in 8 hours, though. That sounds outrageous. So this one is, I think, kind of like a whole audio system, broadly speaking, which I already have AAA, Master Audio AAA. It's like Master Sound AAA Audio or something like that. That works really well for me already. And it has Playmaker support. Rainbow Hierarchy, these things are always tempting to get just because it makes your project maybe a little easier to read and organize. Sprite Man 3D. This is a sort of Doom style, I think it's like, here we go. So they have rig 4, 8, and 16-way sprite models. So you can have you have up to 16 images for all the angles of a model. And it seems really plug and play. It seems like literally just drag and drop your images into these slots and you're ready to go. Now you have a game object that, depending on which angle the camera is to it, it'll display a different image. So that was tempting. $30 seemed a tiny bit steep for me, especially because I was like, I haven't even tried making it in Playmaker, and I have a really strong feeling that that's going to be super duper easy. I've actually been considering like making all of the assets that I want in here and then putting out the Playmaker versions of them. Runtime level design, again, more procedural generation stuff. Rewired. This is something I actually really might get in the future. This is a sort of like inputs solution. So for controls, the Unity input system is fine right now, but when I do get around to the whole setting up a menu for alternative key mapping, for player configuration and stuff like that, I heard Rewired is like a godsend in those regards. I heard that a lot of people are actually saying Rewired is even better than the new Unity input system. I don't know, who knows? It's like, it could be a preference thing, but I hear very, very good things about this. Cartoon prototype car. I think the person who made this is the same person who made the car that's in Memories of a Spy. Definitive stylized water. This looks pretty cool. I was like, maybe I'll get that. I think that was when I was doing COVID VR still. PSX effects. Vaguely sort of interested in putting like a PlayStation style filter where it kind of, you get the polygon wobble. I forgot what the reason for that is, but polygons like sort of like the way they get rendered out almost makes them look like they're wobbling all the time. Also, it's like some whatever the opposite of anti-aliasing is, like making that shit even more pixelated and rough around the edges. Making them into Playmaker would be great. Yeah, no, seriously, I've been really wanting to sit down and crank out some tools. I would want to put them on on Gumroad for a few bucks, just so people can also help support the channel and stuff like that. But I don't want to undercut the competition here necessarily. I'm sure they're making really great tools, but I would want to make some comparable version, that is at a more affordable price for independent creators. And that largely has to do with the fact that, you would have to have Playmaker first, so you've already made an investment. And it's just like, if you could spend less money but still spend just enough to justify creators making tools, I think that's a nice sweet spot. Amplify shader editor. Kind of thought about this, but then I'm like, I think I'd probably end up getting into the high definition render pipeline before I tried this. Maybe, I don't know. Character Controller Pro. This is just one of those character controller assets. All-in-one games kit. Which one is this? I don't remember what this is. I think this is just like another character controller. Right. Another character controller thing. A dialogue system manager. This one's for like boids, like birds and fish kind of things, like having things move around together and collectively in a 3D space. Audio video options. Which one's this? Oh, this is just, see, it's like stuff like this. It's like, yeah, like, I just put out the tutorial on how to do this. Easy decal. Oh yeah, this is a decal system. I wish I would have gotten this one as opposed to the other one I got, which has like no support and I never got to work. But this one actually seems, I still might get this. This one might, I need to figure out some shit in regards to decals in the near future. And this might end up being my solution. Copy them and making it better equals business. Yeah. I mean, I don't know about necessarily making it better. And in fact, I think it would be a more, like whatever they did light. Because some of these people are making really comprehensive tools with continuous support and stuff like that. And I cannot do the continuous support thing. I don't have time to be update. I'm not a software developer, so I can't just be updating some piece of software all the time. I would put something out and patch it every now and then if there were big enough problems, of course. But like some people, this is their like this is what their main thing is, you know. So I'd want to make some small but robust version of what they're doing, and on top of that, solely for like Playmaker users. But yeah, copying and making it better often is business. Yeah, that's true. Volumetric audio. This is a weird one where it's like it's based off of the mesh of things. So it's like the audio is coming off this mesh. I still don't really know. See, it says mesh emits sound. Don't really know what this is like. I haven't looked into sort of like the performance aspects of it or how well it plays with other parts of. See, features flexible audio occlusion, volumetric exclusion. I don't know. It seems tempting, but it would something also that I'd have to like look into more. And then Peak, which is an editor toolkit thingy that like, you know, soups up your editor. But a lot of these things, they've either been supplemented since the new Unity update, or there's a free version of the individual parts of this that are already on the asset store. Like the replacer is the main thing that I was like looking at this for, and there's a free game object replacer asset on the asset store. And then grouping and stuff, they just like there was also an asset a free asset that you could do that with, and then now Unity added. There's just a native one. So basically all the features I was looking at this for are just still just available for free. So it's like there's no need for that necessarily. And that's everything that's on my asset store favorites right now. Those are things that I'm looking at and have considered. Some of them I'm not considering anymore, but I just left them on there. So time to get back to this. So the question is why I have render pass. Don't need to see this. Am I tripping? Is this? There's no way that it's on there. Oh, you know, I think his renderer that he has set by default. Should it be on Eevee? I always forget what the hell. Workbench. Cycles. Damn. Viewport shading, options, matte cap, flat, texture, material, world viewport. I can't tell if I'm even able to, I mean, I don't think I'm looking at my material, right? I mean, it says I have it in here. Strange. I might have to copy these over to a separate Blender project because I really don't want to get too caught up in trying to rework out his render preferences. How well does the replacement tool work? I have this character that I need to edit, but it has a good amount of work put into it, such as camera animations and scripts. Well, the replacer thing is literally just it. You select a game object, and then, or series of game objects, and then you select an object that you want it to replace it with, whether it's a prefab or a scene object or whatever, and then you hit replace. And then all those things get replaced with the one that you're telling it to be replaced with. Will replacement tool keep all of that attached? No, like it's not like a... I mean, it is literally what it sounds like, where it's like it will just replace the whole game object. if you're looking to transfer components, there is an asset. I forget what it's called, but it's like copy paste components or something. There's one that lets you select multiple components at the same time, copy them and paste them into another game object, which is essentially that sounds closer to what you want, maybe. Dude, how do I see? Oh, I guess the texture is there, huh? It's just hard to tell because everything else is really white. Also, let's do this. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna go to UV editing. I'm gonna turn off face orientation. Come down here and gonna select all these and cube project. That's so strange that this is not. I can't see the texture in here. I don't know why. View. Image. No. Strange. Hoodie Squad, what's up? It's getting chilly over here. I gotta have it. Oh, what's up, John Jarrow? I thought Tony Hamilton said that for a second. I'm in the middle of texturing a bathtub. What are you up to? How's it going? How's it going, John Jarrow? I don't know why this fucking... See, I end up spending more time problem solving these tiny little annoying things. I don't know why. See, like, how come... I just gotta Google it, huh? So it's like UV edit or Blender, UV editing, not showing texture. You need to add a material to your mesh to have it show in render. Also, after adding material, go to Properties panel, Textures tab. Don't forget to assign the UV map. What? Not showing image. Buttons window, editing context button, new where it says UV texture. Add a material to the object, add a texture to the material, select the texture type image, and then select the already loaded image in the drop down. See, I can't fucking do that. Are you fucking kidding me? Doing this every single time? What is it again? Ceramic? Like, are you serious? That's annoying. Okay, so there it is. Let's scale this up. And maybe rotate it. I guess that's probably... That's fine. Honestly, you could probably do something like this. Yeah. Something like that. Cube projection. Scale it up. Okay. Maybe the rest of it's all right. Or cube projection and it's smaller than that, something like this, maybe that's better. Could even do smart UV project. How's that? Then scale it. I think I like that better. I'm seeing the fucking renderer do the thing. Okay, let's do these drapes. What kind of drapes are we gonna have? Close that, close that, close that. Yeah, I think we already got the texture. Okay, so I'm gonna look at vintage shower curtains. A lot of them are gonna be that like floral stuff, huh? Let's do shower curtains. Also want to try curtains. No. Maybe. Thing is though, you know, they're baking in all of the folds, and I think what I should probably do is just search like a floral pattern and maybe something like these would do. I guess I could have done that in here. Floral pattern. Flower pattern. Did I use this somewhere? This looks so familiar, this one. Huh. Let's use this. This looks like a decent shower curtain pattern. Call this universal textures. I'll put it in a new folder called patterns, because I do end up getting a lot of that shit. All right, let's put new material, call this floral pattern underscore, what do you call it? What does it look like? Red rose green leaf. Red rose green leaf on white. And image texture, open, patterns, this one, cool, nice. Select it, actually we want to just cube project it. Whoa, some of it does get a little smushed. Actually, that's fine. That's actually good. That's good. What the holy motherfuck, my dude. There we go. Are you serious? I can't. Is this... Blender, what are you doing to me? There we go. That pin button needs to be... That is so outrageous. Okay. And we'll do that. Nice big pattern like this. Yeah. Okay. even though it kind of breaks, I do need to cylinder projection. Is that better? Smart UV project. It's a little busted. Sphere, nope. Cylinder, cube, smart UV project, angle limit 0. Smart UV project, angle limit 95. Smart UV project 45. Follow active quads. I don't know what that means. Unwrap. Ah, that might have been it. Okay, and then scale it up like, or scale it down like that. There we go. Now that's good. Okay. And then the sync, we'll do a similar thing where I'm just gonna plop on the ceramic, and then we'll add a new material. And do I have any like chrome, metal? You know, I do. Do I have one from the other one? Do I have one in DC? Is there ever any chrome in DC? I feel like I've made things chrome before, but I can't remember. So let's try chrome. This might be a handy time for this place. Chrome. See, something like that could be good. The thing about Chrome is it's hard to abstract because essentially it's a mirror, and so what you're looking at is what the environment is. But sometimes, if the image is distorted enough, if the Chrome is, you know, an odd enough shape or something like that, you could steal just the impression of Chrome without relying on like what the image it's actually reflecting is. Nope. This one that I'm looking at is too brushed, I think. Yeah, let's do like polished metal, brushed steel. I feel like I've even straight up screenshotted that before, huh? Or like shiny metal. I feel like my answer is probably in here more. Or faucet. Might even just be able to take that. Okay. I'll try it. Let's open up Photoshop though to chop it down. I'll just get this, honestly. Copy image. Oops. New. Paste. I don't know why I did that. There we go. And we'll take like, maybe I do just take something like this. see. Where in here does it look most chromy? Like, could I just take this? Is what I'm trying to do too, like, way too abstract? I feel like I've nailed it before. I'm just gonna try this. Let's see. JPEG in universal textures. Call this. Man, I should really just start organizing these things. I'm just gonna put it in a folder called metals. Call this one shiny metal _1, and we'll try that out. New shiny metal _1. Image texture, open. Oh, I have to assign it like that. There we go. Oh, even though it's not what I wanted to do. Shit. Assign a cube projection. Okay. And then these. I guess I should have kept these separate and then did a pass to unwrap them. My bad. Would you work for a company like EA, Ubisoft, etc.? Why or why not? And if you did, what role would I play? I would, if my job, I don't know, you'd have to sell me on something really fun. Like odds are where I had a lot of creative control, you know, where my input was like very, I don't know, like I'm not going to run into a lot of roadblocks. I'm a good team player, man. Like I have lots of fun working with other people and totally letting other people take the lead on things. But what I don't like is like getting excited about something that gets shot down like constantly. You know, I've definitely just, which is another way of saying I wouldn't want to work on a big project of any kind, or I wouldn't want to work on a project scale of any kind in which I wasn't gelling with the people. So if I was on some project where, like, you know, the biggest hit I'd take, the biggest, you know, fucking just eating it, I would say like 7. They're gonna have to take at least 7 out of 10 of my autonomous decisions. If it comes down to like I'm only making 6 out of 10 autonomous decisions, and like, you know, that means for every 10 decisions I make, 4 of them they go, we don't really think so, that's not really, that's just too much. It starts getting close to, like, I know that sounds spoiled and everything, but that's just getting too much to like, you know what, there's somebody better, there's somebody else who can kind of do more of what their brain is thinking of. So my tipping point is like around, like, I have to at least be making 7 of my own creative decisions that they're on board with. But anything less than that is like, they should find somebody else. And so the role that I would take, hold on, let me just make sure I'm taking this right. Let's do face maps, add, call it faucet, and knob. Assign. So I really don't care what job it would be, as long as I was like having fun. It sounds like I would probably want to be a game director. If EA, Ubisoft, or whatever approach me for something, like, I really hope it'd be like, because you're the one coming up with all the ideas and you're the creative director and, you know, whatever you say goes. You know, obviously that's more my bag. I know that isn't likely, but that is the answer to the question. Otherwise, it's just, I don't know. I don't really have much interest in working at those kind of companies. Yeah. So close. Here we go. Boom. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. So we'll do a new one too. Faucet and knob to assign. And then I'll do select both of these. And we'll go to materials, apply the shiny metal, and hope it works. Here we go. Cube projection, rotate it, maybe scale it up. Nope, scale it down. Put it somewhere in here. Okay, maybe we do one at a time. Let's do deselect and cube project. Mr. Chambers says, "Ayo, what's up, Mr. Chambers? What's up?" So you wouldn't feel stressed, anxious if you had an important role in a company? I don't really think so. Maybe. I mean, I get stressed and anxious working on my own project. Like that comes with the job, right? Like big when a lot of things are on your mind, it's kind of hard to like just stay chill the whole fucking time, man. You know, you're gonna end up kind of wanting to smash your head against the wall at some point. I think I handle that kind of stress relatively well, all things considered. What's up, Chambers? How you doing? Tony Hamilton says, "You ever thought about making your own studio?" I have. You know, like I've I'm excited that, you know, even right now, right? Like I'm texturing models for my game made by somebody else, which is a move that I wasn't so sure that I'd be taking this soon. But he came to me, he volunteered his help, and he was passionate about it, and he's doing a good job so far. We're doing a little test run, and that kind of shit has been on my mind. Like, I wish I knew more people like in person. I would love, you know, Mechalina, she's like leasing out a place with other people right now where like they all hang out. They're working on separate projects, I think. So I think maybe some of the people on her project are there, maybe. But that type of thing is so exciting to me. I would love that. I would love to just kind of have a little team, you know, call it a studio. Because your life is a little bit more my life. I'll use I statements. Is that good? That's okay, right? That's not bad. I'm gonna do that for this one too. Let's do, how come I can't, what the fuck? Oh, there we go. Let's do Alt A and then just select that one. Cube project. And like scale it like right here. That's not, it's not bad. It doesn't look so hot right now, especially in this cycles render. Let me change the render at least, right? The EV workbench. Cycles? Cycles is probably what I don't want my like real-time shit, path tracing. I don't want that right now, right? Or, god damn it. I just want the super standard texture. Here we go. That's what I wanted. Thank God. Easy. Easy what? Easier than solo. Easier than solo. I don't know if it would be easier than solo. Actually, maybe it would. Yeah, I can see that. It depends, right? Like, it's kind of like if there's a big company, it's like that maybe there's like financial things involved, and it's kind of like, all right, you're shipping a product. Like with Memories is fine. It could be so experimental. Of course, I want it to make money and everything, but like a part of like the freedom and like what keeps me stress free is also knowing that like, I'm not answering to any sort of metric, and that mostly I just am trying to make a cool game for myself. And I know that can get a little skewed if outside money's involved, because you have the pressures of people, unless they just really believe in you. That's, I don't know. It's hard to say because I've never just worked on a big team, so maybe it would be easier. Mr. Chambers says, looks beautiful, and yeah, man, that's the dream, right? Working with other folks, kind of just having a bunch of support from people, like that sounds so good. This looks, I don't know, this just looks not bright enough. I don't know what, oh, you know what I bet? Where is relationship lines, extras? I'm kind of thinking like mat cap, flat. Flat might be what I want right now. Nah, that's too much. Actually, is it? That's kind of what I want, huh? That's probably closer to what I want. Yeah. If you had the money, time, and team to make any game, what would it be? Memories of a Spy. If somebody offered me a bunch of money and threw a bunch of really talented people my way, I'd be like, well, let's finish this game. You know, revamp some parts. That's what I'd do. I have so many game ideas, you know. I don't let any of them get to me. I spend less than anytime I get a new game idea, I spend like less than 5 minutes working on it. I don't think about new game ideas all the time. I can't help it if they pop into my head, and I'll just like jot it down really quick, and then I don't touch it because focus, you know, get it done. I'm not a sucker for all those like amateur moves of getting wrapped up in manic, like, oh, now I'll do this, and hopping from one project to another and all that kind of shit. So my answer is even kind of boring with this. I would just, Memories of a Spy, let's do it. Matt H says, hi, hopefully someday I get to play this game. Yeah, dude, I really hope so too. I really, really hope so too. For both you and me. Great dev so far. Thanks for the content. Do you have any good resources for Playmaker? Fuck, man, thank you. That means a lot. Here, it makes me very happy to when I hear people expressing their appreciation for my stuff. So the thanks goes right back at you. And my answer is go check out my Metroidvania course. You know, that's a twofer. I think really, like, I made something that can really help you understand a lot of fundamentals of game design in Unity and using Playmaker. But also the perk being that you get to support an indie dev. You know, if you want to have some philanthropic pride, you could support an indie dev by grabbing my course. It's on Gumroad. You could check out the link in the description of one of the last videos published. So you could go to my channel for that. I think it might even be in the link of this video. You could probably even go to the link of this current stream right now. In the description, it'll say like the Metroidvania course. So I suggest that. I teach you a bunch of shit. Also just the official Hutong courses. I mean, not courses, tutorials. The Hutong Games has their, Hutong Games is the company that makes Playmaker. Their official YouTube channel, I make all of the learning resources there. And so, I try to stay in touch with the community. I try to like hear what people are talking about and asking for and stuff like that. At the same time, I'm also always trying to figure out like how do people learn. I've been involved in like workshops and other sorts of little sort of miscellaneous what do you call it, extracurricular learning activities, which is to say I've invited my friends over once. I was like, hey guys, can I just try to teach you Playmaker over the course of an afternoon? So a couple of my friends came over once and I tried to teach them. So I learn about learning constantly, and all that stuff I shove into all the learning resources I make. And that means that so far Hutong has some of the most extensive learning resources. Even if it's a lot of basic stuff, we're trying to sort of compile things in a way that like teach you to fish, as opposed to giving you the fish. Mr. Chambers says, creative freedom is a currency sweeter than money. Oh yeah, if you have that and still afford to get by, oof, you made it. It is quite the dream. I'm living some percentage of the dream right now, and it feels great. But I always you know, I want to have a secure future too. There's, you know, financial concerns because I'm not making money working on this game by myself every day. As someone that uses his Metroidvania course, it's very good. Woo! Thank you. I'm glad that somebody else says it and not me. Thank you, Chambers. Yeah, there you go. Proofs in the pudding. Go check it out. $19 US dollars. Okay, cool. Thanks very much. I'll look at getting it. Yeah, and you know, I mean, no pressure, man. There's plenty of other good resources, but it's I put a lot of effort into that one. I think it'd be a great learning resource. You know, the only thing being is that like it's a 2D course. So if that's not your jam, maybe go check out a different course. I also have my Zombie Horde course that's on Hutong. That's a free course. But the Metroidvania one, even though it's for 2D stuff, it'll give you all the knowledge you'll need for 3D stuff too. All that's very translatable. It's very applicable to any type of game. Tony Appleton says you still have to set up a donation link. Try using PayPal. Oh yeah, so that's the thing is like I can't do a donation link until I get whatchamacallit, 4,000 watch hours. And I think I'm currently at like 2,700 or something like that. So yeah, try using PayPal though. Can I just like put a PayPal link in the description? I guess I could do that. That might be cool. It sucks that people can refund at any time within 2 months after the donation. Huh. Is that only on YouTube or is that with PayPal too? Or what's the deal? What do you mean by that, John Joe? Is that with like I forget what it's called, but is that only with YouTube's what do they call it? Tip jar? Are you talking about the tip jar, or can you refund also on PayPal? Well, I'm not too concerned about that because I feel that basically if people are tipping me, you know, donating or whatever, they're doing it out of they actually genuinely want to support what I'm doing, and anybody who takes the refund, it's like, all right, yeah, you know, whatever. Okay, so we got this porcelain stuff set up. But yeah, I'll look into that. I actually did not even think about that. Tony, that's a very good call. Let me, I'll just write that down. PayPal donations. I can't help it because I have the imposter syndrome thing all the time where I'm like, I can't just ask for donations. I have to return the value in form of product. So whenever I think about that kind of stuff, I'm always like, oh, I should just give people little things that are actually of value to them. But I get it. I think, yeah, I'll check it out. Okay, so this is looking a lot better. Great. Toilet. Let's do the toilet. Toilet seat, probably also porcelain, but it could also have that material on it. Like I feel like some toilet seats have like, let's see. They are all mostly porcelain. Okay, I'm not gonna try to fucking kid myself here. Oh, wooden toilet seats. Do they have that? Yeah, some of them are kinda, but I don't know how common that is. So let's just do, that probably is pretty common. I'm gonna do that. Let's make this toilet seat. Let's go to new. And I think you go like this. File, import, no, file, append, and then I can append from London, textures. Oh, no, I just want London. And then in materials, aged wood. And now I should be able to put, yeah, aged wood on there. Nice. And I can take that, UV unwrap it. Bada bing, bada boom. Shrink it down like this. Something like that. Should the grain go that way? Yeah, that's much better. Maybe make it a little bit bigger. Okay, and then this thing gets the ceramic. That part should be separate. That should be, well, let's just unwrap it first. UV Q project. PayPal Streamlabs, I think. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm not too concerned. Now thinking, yeah, because if people really want to support me, it's like, I'll take what is sincerely given to me. It's just a cherry on top, you know. If people are trying to get my attention by donating, yeah, that'll work, I guess. I'd like to think people are just generally going to be better sports about those things. It doesn't have to be common in our world. This is your world, man. Right. I mean, my world is the Las Vegas postcard version of the rest of the world. Slightly more respectable than that. But yeah, this is the dream interpretation of it. And it follows they had futuristic phones that serve no narrative purposes. It's just what they wanted in their movie. Yeah. Oh, trust me. I am more than happy to put all sorts of anachronistic things in my game. It's a conversation I have to have with myself every day, is to what extent am I willing to have anachronisms here? But yeah, very good point. Matt H says, what do you use to make textures? Do you use PBR? No, I'm not really. I mean, if you mean like physical-based renders in regards to having height maps and normal maps and, you know, specular maps and all that kind of shit, the answer is no. In my game, it's just flat, single image texture UV materials. That's why even my porcelain, right? Like I was looking for a porcelain that, let me just scale, or what's a good, see, like I'm gonna line this up so the reflection that's baked in to this image texture is exactly where I want it, you know? So it's like, all right, the reflection is baked in there and you get the impression of porcelain more than anything that is like realistic, you know? I think they made Pabst Blue Ribbon. Oh, Pabst Blue Ribbon, right. I crack open a PBR. Let me grab my PBR really quick. And by PBR, I mean Kirkland grapefruit sparkling water. And my crispy wasabi peas. They haven't gone stale yet. Good. Okay, so I need to divvy up some of this material though, because the pipe in the back should take that chrome texture. Should it? Is that too fancy for this apartment? Let me see something. Excuse me. For a second, I was like, "Is really about to crack a PBR right now, right?" Yeah, I don't really have beer in this house. I've been really craving vermouth. When we were in Spain, it's what we drank every fucking day. It's just vermouth. Just on a walk, going to like the park or whatever. Oh, let's stop here, grab some vermouth. And then apparently it's like impossible to find the good stuff here. And apparently in the rest of the world too, it's like people don't drink vermouth like straight. Over there, you just ask for a vermouth. Like that's the drink you get. I'm not sure how they mix it or if it's a different form of making it. You know, like over here, if you ask for sushi, you'll get like a roll, like a rice roll. Plenty of places will serve you sashimi, which is like proper sushi, but like in Japan, if you ask for sushi, you're not gonna like find a roll. I mean, you are, especially in touristy spots, but like they come over here and go like, what's this rice roll you're eating? That's not what sushi is. So I'm thinking similarly over there, it's like that's what vermouth is to them. And over here and a lot of the other world, it's just like a mix. So I've been craving that like crazy, but I have to go to like a specialty shop probably to find the good stuff. new? No. I'll try the chrome. Let's do the chrome. Shiny metal. Yeah. Assign. Bullseye. Cube project. And like this instead. Or maybe even like that. It's strangely blue. How like this? Also strangely blue. Closer. I'm losing a lot of detail now. Maybe if I... Nope, a little too stripey. That is kind of getting closer. Some variation is baked in. Maybe if I rotate it, scale it down, plop it in like right here. That looks probably not acceptable. Let's do this. I love a roll, but Nagiti is where it's at. Yeah. I mean, I have to admit, I'm more of a perverted American sushi roll kind of guy. You know, fried with tempura. Oof, sauce all over it. My raw fish preference usually comes in poke bowl. But nigiri is dank. You eat sushi? Oh yeah. That's what I survived on for like a month when I got a little too comfortable during the pandemic and started wasting a lot of money on sushi. Let's see. Maybe we do just need a different metal. Let's try metal pipe. It's gonna give me a bunch of rusted metal pipes, isn't it? Rusted metal pipe, yeah, okay. What was the... I feel like I'm so close to finding a good... That looks so jank. Nope. Fuck it, that's good enough for now. I gotta stop tripping. Never had vermouth, probably spelled that wrong. It kind of looks... Yeah, actually I'm not too sure how you spell it either off the top of my head, but that seems right. Some I love and some disgusting. What, sushi? Are you talking about sushi, Tony? Poke is where it's at as well. Oh yeah, I just had some poke the other day for the first time in a minute. You know what? Let me get sushi today. Soshi Skadoshi. The top of this thing, I think, should also be porcelain, right? So, let's see. Ah, God. Let's try this. Okay, that's white ceramic for sure. Cube project. Put it right there. Maybe. Like that. Might even just take the gradient. That seems pretty good. I like the gradient on there. Some I love, some disgusting poke. Something I miss about California is the poke and sushi selections. It's not big here in ATL. Oh yeah, it's everywhere here. It is It's like the only thing I have. It's my only option. Burger? No. We used to be a burger joint. Now we're a poke spot. Yeah, sushi. Scotland? Is that how you say it? Scotland? Scotland? How's it going? Scotland says slow. Sorry. Didn't turn this into a mukbang video, but those are very tempting right now. Okay, toilet's looking okay. All these things are looking okay. I think they are good enough. I'm gonna save them. I'm able to, fuck you. Okay, we're good. Mr. Chambers, that reminds me of crawfish. It doesn't taste like it does down south. Got a big plate of crawfish in New Orleans like 3 years ago. God, what a task that is. It's a whole chore just to have like a few bites. It is tasty though. All right, that's done, right? So this is one of the first this is the first package he gave me. And I think it looks good. I think all this is gonna drop in very nicely. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Getting ahead of myself. This needs to get modeled. Let's put this here. We'll give this the metal. Got lucky with that, kinda. Let me see. Cube projection. Scale it down. Put it like right here. That looks good. And then this is what I want to model or texture next. Put the metal on here too. And see, you know, what's funny is that even when I did the shitty map job here, right? Like I just slapped it on, didn't even UV unwrap this thing, and already it gives you that impression because so much of that sort of information is baked into it, you know? I love that so much. Let's hide everything else for a second. And then I'm gonna, let's do a smart project. That kinda, not really feeling that. Let's do cube projection. Did I not combined? Why doesn't this one get? Huh. What's up with this boy? There we go. There we go. That's so awkward. The South has its food culture that I do enjoy a lot. Fuck yeah. Living in Austin, man. I love the Tex-Mex out there. I love a lot of that shit out there. There's also relatively good Vietnamese spots. There's a nice thriving little Vietnamese sort of community out in Austin, Texas. I lived out there for like a little over a year. Come on. So close. Okay, let's do this one. I might be backing the wrong horse, guys. Is that okay? It's kind of not okay, huh? This. Oh wait, I could do something kind of helpful. Call this one the shower head. Body. Assign. Then I can select everything and then deselect that. And then I could just cube project like this. That works okay. I'll take it. All right. However, I will also take, you know, I think it's actually in here. If I go to the samplers, these guys. This is like oh, that's like a speaker head. Never mind. I want something different. Let's take a picture of shower head. I want one that's off, just so I could see the holes in it. The first one's there, but it's kind of fucked up. Let's see. They're giving me human heads. Should I just search shower? Getting closer. I could take that. I could repurpose that for sure, actually. But is there a better one? Is there one that's just straight on? Okay. See that one? It's too sudsy. This one. Vintage shower head. My beef with this one is that there's little bits of plastic in it. It doesn't sit well with me. Would really prefer just metal. What is like a shower head? Because I feel like a faucet is going to give me a mesh texture. Ah, well, that's, God, so close, but no cigar. Let's search drain, and if there's one in here that I could kind of repurpose, that would be nice. All right, fuck it. Faucet. Nobody. Faucets. Dang, this is a tough one. Tough, tough, tough. I might go with that. I might just have to do it. Does he bite the bullet? Just give me one good 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and fuck you. Where is it? Oh! No, it's that same shitty one from before, huh? Okay, that's the sign. So I'm just gonna go ahead, copy this image, hop over to Photoshop, paste it in. Okay. Come here and do this. Boop. And then image, perspective warp. And then I'll do here. No, shit. Here, here. I guess I could put it on the actual dots, like this, like that, and then I can go like this, 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 this. Bring it in a little bit, maybe make this square tinier. It's not distorting the best. Might have not nailed that. It's kind of like this. Is that right? I can't tell. It's hard to tell. I'll go with it though. Very fuck it mode today. Universal textures, JPEG, showerhead. And let's see how that plays. Just that face. New, call it showerhead. Image texture. Universal textures, showerhead. This one's pretty busted up. Assign. Oof, come on. There we go. Okay. I'll take it. I would say that is kind of a win. I'll take it. Yeah. All right. And now I think that means that this whole thing is done. Oh, this. What is this material? This could be, oops, metal. Assign. Make it a little darker. Like that, okay. And then the pulley is something I'm actually not really sure. Let's see, toilet pull chain. Is it a chain? They are chains, huh? Ah, so desu ne. Okay, so that means that I'm gonna come in here and take, I guess, all of these, well, let's see. All of these except for that one. Delete faces. And then this, I'm actually going to, let me see, what's on the inside of this? There's something glitching out here. Faces only, this, faces, okay. 2, grab that, fill it up. 3, select it, U, project, scale down like that. Okay, now it fits, it sits, and now I can just take this and apply a chain texture on it. Dusty Wee says, hi, what's up, Dusty Wee? Dusty Wee, right? Dusty Wee. Dustawai. How's it going? I'm about to put this chain texture on a toilet. What's a good chain texture? Is that a good chain texture? Chainmail. Chainmail. Is this seamless? Nope. This one? Nope. Might have to make my own. I guess I can take Dusty Wee. I'm good. That's good to hear. You working on anything? What's going on your end of the world? I'm over here trying to put this chain on a toilet and wishing I would have organized my texture folders better. Let's search chain. I guess I may as well just take that one. The thing was, I was looking for kind of like a small chain. I don't know how well that would read. I guess there's only one way to find out, eh? Let's take this. This one. I'll get the free one. Save it to universal textures. And I'm going to, come on, chop it up by right here in the center of that one. No, in the center of this one. Fuck. No. In the center of this one. And then the center of this one. And then I'll double check. Let's see, if I Control A, copy, new, paste, come in here, extend it out a little bit, duplicate that, and bring it out, that's where they would line up. So this end actually needs to move down a little bit. So I could take this first one, edit, do puppet warp, and I forget how to do this, but I think it's like, yeah, like that, and then I can just put one over here, I guess. Let's dial it back here. Edit, puppet warp, the center of this and the edge of that. And then let's try that. Then duplicate it, delete this first one, and put it like right there. It's getting close. I need to move down a little bit. Dusty Wee says, doing some animation work, not for my game though, just work. Cool. Wait, like job work when you say work? Or is it kind of like just kind of horsing around? Or is this for like your career, job kind of deal? think I might now be able to take this, paste it in here, come in, get rid of the background, image adjustments, levels. I don't want to preserve any of that information, basically. Just want to do that. And then I want to do this, make it transparent. Hit OK. And if I could do this without having to go to that fucking website, that would be nice. Okay, so this is about where it links up. So the top one is pretty good. It's just that bottom link that needs to move down a tiny bit. So this bottom one, puppet warp it. Let's put it like right here and have another one like right here and the other one right here. Then I should be able to just does that work? Kind of fucked it up. You know what I'm gonna do? Fuck all this. I don't know why I'm not just... let's close this. This one, I'm going to convert to smart object. Yes, job. Cool. Can you say what it is? Or do you have some NDA that you cannot violate? Mr. Chambers says, hey, nice, that's what I do too. Right on. Got a couple of animators in the chat. Do you guys like know each other? Don't all animators like know each other? Is that racist? Rasterize this fucking layer. Come on. Dude, I really hope whoever those sirens are for are okay. Jiminy Cricket. So my solution was going to be take this guy, copy, paste, oops, and then take this guy, delete, and then image, flip horizontal, and then come in here and like that. Take this, transform it, put it like this. And then maybe even, no, that doesn't work. Yes, our community is small. It's a logo for some company. Right on. Some MoGraphs, some of that Mosh graph. I've done a little bit of that kind of stuff before. That could be pretty fun. Can be. I don't want to devalue any stress you might be going through if you are somebody who it drives crazy. Yes, I guess I should have said motion graphics to be clearer. Right. No, it's no big deal. I get you. I kind of assume that's what a lot of people mean anyhow. Some sick mosh. Some of that sick mosh. Is this okay? Can I just fucking... where's this? Eraser. Let's do a pencil version. And then I'm just gonna come in and Just knock some blocks off, bro. Right there. Good enough. Great. Ship it. Let's check if it works first. Merge layers, copy, new, paste it in. Crop it out. Duplicate it. And that's a perfect link. Great. Ship it. So this one, I'm going to save it as universal textures. It's a ping, so we can have that transparency. Call this simple chain. Yeah, simple chain. Sweet taste of simple Rick. And in here, is this where I had it? This face, I believe, could get, yeah, a little bit thicker, like that. Nice. Get that thick boy. Yeah, great. And then okay. Perfect. I kind of said that like, what's his face? Rusty Chicken says, "What up, bro? What's up, Rusty?" I kind of said that name right now, like that Heavy Rain. What's his name? Jason. 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 You know what I'm talking about? Classic beefing a repeating line. Sounds like a band name. Sick Mosh. Sick Mosh. Yeah. What's up, guys? We're Sick Mosh. And then they have crazy Sick Mosh graph behind them during their set. Scotterlin says, "What are you texting right now?" So I'm about to put the pull chain on a toilet. Welcome to the fucking Memories of a Spy stream. How exciting, right? Everybody else is making cool guns and fucking, and I'm over here modeling a goddamn toilet chain. Let's put it in. New Simple Rick, Simple Chain. Simple Chain also kind of sounds like a band name. What's up, guys? We're Simple Chain. Let's put in image texture. Universal textures, Simple Chain. Cube projection. Where the? Oh, assign it. There we go. Now cube project. Rotate it. Scale it. Nice. Oh, I love when things just fucking work. Could be a little bit chunkier, huh? Like that. Cool. And then this will be wood, I guess. Right here. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Oops. And that one. And we'll put this on wood. Assign cube projection, scale it, or scale it down, downtown. Probably rotate it too, boy. Yep, looking good. Stoked for the RPG deadline. Right on. How's it all going? Do you know anything about rhythm games on Playmaker? Excuse me. Do you ever fuck with like the sample scenes from the ecosystem? Like if you go to the ecosystem and you just search like by samples, I think it's a category you could search in the ecosystem. Try searching rhythm in there. Honestly, try searching rhythm, period. Maybe you'll come up with something. Maybe there's something I don't know about. But it might not actually exist in there. But I share a project with Alex, and one of the sample scenes that I come across every now and then, because I just browse through it to see what kind of sample scenes he's making, where he tests out the new features that he's designing and stuff like that. And one of them that I always come across, I'm like, oh, maybe that'll be a good tutorial, is like he does his rhythm. He has like a rhythm game one. So it might be in there, but I don't know if it's published or not. Wait for it. Oh shit! Nancy boys are all here. What's up, dude? Wait, are you the only Nancy boy in the chat? Sorry, Nancy boy. I can't. It's inappropriate to say Nancy boy, and not just for pronunciation's sake, but because of the implications. Nancy boys are all here. What's up, dude? So I'm gonna call you out too. So Luca just messaged me. Are you guys all here? Yeah, WhatsApp. I'm gonna check this. Thanks. Yeah. And if not, I'll ask Alex about publishing it. Maybe even put out a little tutorial. I'm excited. I definitely win the bet right on. I was even able to somewhat landscape some sections seriously. Brilliant. Yeah, you were on a roll with that thing. Oh shit, Luca sent me a video. All right, I'm about to find it. Here we go. Oh my God. Wait, are you serious? That is so trippy. Oh fuck. All right, guys, you want to get real meta up in this joint? Here we go. Here, I'm gonna go full screen on this. So if you saw the last devlog, I met a bunch of crazy French dudes in Barcelona, where we partied and ran from the police, and just generally caused havoc in all of Spain. Let's do just webcam. And so they're in the chat right now, and they got this too. Here, I'll try to put I have to hold the mic and the. All right, here we go. Ready? Let's see. Where should I hold it? Right here. So. So, just had to bring it back full circle. What's up, guys? How you doing? I'm over here modeling a toilet. You guys look like you're having a much chiller day than I am. We're here stressing about chain patterns. What did I... Oh, I saw Cedric in there, too. What's up, Cedric? Everything else is kind of a blur. Love you guys. Much love from the States. Can you see? It's a nice shiny day outside. Sunny day. A little shiny too. How you guys doing? How's everything going? Are you impressed with my toilet? This is all London stuff. But you know what? I'll show you something too. I have a little bit of stuff coming up for Paris. Let's see, where is it at? We're fine, thanks. Good to hear. We love the vlog. Glad to hear that. So much footage I wish I could have used. Maybe one day there'll be an extended cut. Let's see, face orientation. Yeah, this is for a little cafe for the Paris stuff. Got a little. I didn't model these things. The very talented young man who I contracted to do additional work for my game did these things. So I have the world mostly built out for Paris, and then he's helping me fill it out now. And this is kind of one of the highlighted items, this little espresso machine, which I'm very stoked to start texturing. It's going to get a better job than the other things that are all chrome. But look at a little croissant sur la table. And a little cup of, I guess it's like a coffee cup, right? An espresso cup. And then, I don't remember what this is. I give him this spreadsheet, and then I always forget immediately. What the hell? Let's see, Paris. Pastry display, espresso machine, cash register, serving tray with handle, dish tub. Oh, a glass. It might just be a glass. Yeah, from Café de Flore. Dude, I lived right by this place when I was in Paris. So trippy to me, because like I was modeling my cafe after that, and then I was walking down the street and I was like, that's the place I've been modeling my fucking game cafe. Now I live right next to it. Quentin's in here too. Woo! That was a stacked cast. I'm gonna have to go frame by frame on that video. This such a delight. What a great way to be, what do you call it? Have a little cameo. You guys have a cameo in the vlog. Everything just came full circle. All right, back to the toilet. I think this is done. These ones are all done. I could move on. Okay, saving it. Next one is, here we go. So next we have a guitar, a little minimalist sort of Bauhaus 1960s like single seat chair. We got this TV. Probably be wood. We got another TV. This is the TV I'm more excited about. This should probably be separate geometry from this, but we'll chop that up in a second. And then we have this chair, which is probably like the highest poly thing in the whole game so far. I might dial it back a notch. Let's see. So these textures are based off of London, bathroom, platter of fruit, vintage TV set, 1 and 2, coffee table. Is the coffee table in here? No, these are just these ones. And then we have the guitar, teacups, desk and chair, table and chair seat, and a vase of wheat. So let's see. Go modeling the toilet. Cedric has to puke at the moment. Yo, so the one thing that kills me, I have video of, and I just, man, my favorite thing in the world, hardest laugh I've had this year was Cedric carrying those bags and then walking down the hill at the end of the morning, at the end of the night, day, however long we were up for, realizing that there were holes in the bag. That's just like it's just perfect. Just, mwah. Oh. Rusty Chicken says, okay, going back to deving that RPG, Midnight Friday is my deadline. Right on. You're on a good route, man. You got a lot of good work done. You've already won too, so it's like everything from here on out is a cherry on top. Yeah, Cedric and those bags kills me. So funny. What do we got on these chairs? So this chair, it's kind of like not suede. I don't know what that, it's not suede. What is that material? There's kind of like a nice material. If you just search like textile. What is this? This material, it's like when the weave is really big. I even, let's see. What does it look like? I have to like zoom in here. It kind of has a pattern on it too. I didn't realize that. I feel like we might be able to get away with this one. It's a bit dull. Excuse me. Show. Fucking pickpocket. Oh, right. That guy was a twat. Fuck that guy. Yeah, and I remember too, Ben also found like later on when he was doing the Track My iPhone, when he finally got some of his results back, the last point that he found his phone. By the way, for those of you watching, the first night that I met all these boys, we were out in kind of like this little, kind of like it's not even the back streets. Yeah, I guess like the back streets. There's just like a nice little pocket, a little kind of public area where people would all hang out after the bars closed, because Barcelona had a curfew. And so that meant that people who wanted to keep partying would just kind of keep partying out in the streets, and you'd have all these dudes selling beer out of bags and kind of keeping everything going. And it was very much, you know, all of it was very, the cops weren't very happy about that kind of stuff, but they were lenient at the beginning of the night, and then the later it went on, they would get all pissed. So you could more or less just have a ton of people out in the streets partying, and the cops would just kind of watch. But they would also kind of stay out of your business. That means that people were more or less left to their own devices, which also means that there's going to be some assholes out there, as there is. I mean, just Barcelona and a good portion of Europe, especially around touristy areas, will have a lot of pickpockets. So when we were all hanging out and stuff, there was this one guy that was getting a little too close, a little too friendly with our friend Ben, and Ben got pickpocketed. And then that guy got away, but then we started keeping an eye out, just kind of feeling out how these other assholes were kind of like being a little too shady, a little too, like, we could scope them out, scoping the scene out. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were kind of looking around. It was just one guy too, like, just kind of like leaning against the wall and just, you know, it's just like a look to them. You could tell that they're like there for something. And then of course he gets a little too close to some of these guys, and it was just like, we saw him just getting too close, and we called him out on it, and it was fucking, oh God, got up in our face. But only one person was actually kind of like for sure pickpocketed, and that was Ben. And we're not really sure who the guy who actually did it was. So it's all like this, like, you know, you can get very heated because it's all like this, you know, he said, she said shit. So yeah, fucking pickpockets. Need a good pattern in here. What's a good pattern? This is okay. I don't like how it's transparent, but could maybe put something behind it. This is good too, actually. Let's try like a cloth. This is okay. Getting closer. Could maybe take this one and change the color of it. I'm down to try that out. Let's take this boy and repurpose the color. I'm just gonna go through a couple of, yeah, this is already the end of the batch, huh? Yeah, no, the rest of these are hopeless. Okay, so I'm gonna take this guy, the seamless one, download this, put it in patterns, okay. Then in Photoshop, drop it in. Let's see, show in folder, drop it in its own thing, duplicate it, delete that, and then we'll hue and saturation this mamma jamma. Let's see, I'll try to match it to this thing. Oops. The problem is now that all the shadows are also getting the hue. So can I colorize? No. Maybe it is just a colorize. Saturate it. Right there. Something like that. Maybe. It's kind of hard to nail this one because yeah, let's try something else. So if I put a different color on top of it, let's see, could even just try to yoink this. Like that. Paste it over and do. That actually doesn't look too bad too, even though it's darker. Color probably works the best. got another one. All right, here we go.
C'est noir, c'est noir.
C'est noir, c'est noir, c'est noir, c'est noir. C'est gris, c'est gris, c'est gris, c'est gris. Non, non, c'est blanc. wait, I missed this bit. It's down here. You don't even have to. It's a. I'm gonna send these to Sunny later. Oh, this is perfect. This is so good. Highlight of the day. You guys made the highlights. It's so good. Fuck, I don't know how to fix this thing. C'est blanc. C'est blanc. Convert to smart object. Yeah. Rasterize. You bet. Image adjustments. I don't know how do you say orange. I forgot how you say it. How do you guys say orange again? Quentin's in the chat. There's no rhythm thing on the ecosystem. Okay. I mean, the rhythm thing really does come down to like, it's just a timing thing, right? So you would have wait states. You would have wait actions that take you in and out of a state. I think that's like the fundamental part of a rhythm game, right? If you're in that state for a certain period of time that allows you to perform an action, whether it's like hit a button, I mean, that's what it always is, right? It's actually just hitting a button. It's giving an input. Rhythm games are all based off of inputs at certain times. And if you're scoring based off of their proximity to the sort of like sweet spot, right? Like there's a sort of like 100%, 50%, maybe you have something, maybe they go into quarters, but it's mostly just either like full, half, or nil. And that's basically 3 states, right? You have either you hit it right on time, you hit it kind of close, or you didn't hit it close enough. So that's 3 states that you could be working off of that get kind of transferred through using wait actions. So it's not complicated, not at all. Super easy. The complication comes in how you can make that scalable for the type of inputs you're giving it, and sort of like how long and how many sort of variations of that you want to give it, right? So there's definitely like some scalable version that you can do where you don't have to make 1,000 states just because there's 1,000 things that you have to hit. You could make it so there's only like 3 states that it goes through where you're actually hitting things, but then at the end of that you have a 4th state that says, okay, change the input. So the variable, so the input that you want them to hit should be a variable that gets changed after it runs one course. Should I just fucking bust open Unity and try this out really quick? Let's see. Orange is orange, but the on sound, you don't have it in English. Orange, like in French, can. Is it can? Like, is it orange? Orange? C'est orange? That's a really hard one for me to do. C'est orange? An O before it is really tricky for my body to pull off. Let's do this blank Unity project. All right, Dusty Wee, I'm gonna try doing a little rhythm game sample for you. Hey Siri, set a countdown timer for 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Okay,
Now.
so give me 20 minutes, and I bet you by the end of that, we'll have an up and running. Or I don't know, we'll see. I might eat my words. It might be a whole lot more complicated. Yeah. But okay, so you know what? I'm looking at this now, and if I just, did I do this? Adjustments, levels, can I make my, it gets a little gross as I'm like clipping it, but see, we're already losing information. this is, I'm gonna say this is okay. Let's try this really quick. Let's do JPEG, and we'll call this one textile pattern orange. I guess it's a terrible name for it. _01. Let's try putting it in here. This one. Scoozy. Let's make this new base color image texture. And then universal patterns. This one. Cube assign. Oh, I forgot. I have to like, God damn it, I hate this. Texture flat. There we go. It's a little aggressive on the eyes, huh? Okay, maybe let's go to UV editing. Let's see. Turn this off really quick. View. Face orientation is off. Cool. Texture flat. And then maybe I could just, is it bigger? I should move this really quick. Yeah, that ain't right. That is really aggressive on the eyes. This one, it's flatter. You know what? I kind of did the opposite. It shouldn't have been as. That's what this is. Adjustments, levels, and instead you kind of have. You raise that. Is that what happens? Maybe I could change it like this. Adjustments, levels. And then this, yeah, there we go. Maybe like this. Even the whites can kind of, yeah, there we go. Something like that. I'll try that in a second, but let's see how this rhythm shit goes. Okay, so last time we made this horde spawner for Sushi Tushi. A half-assed horde spawner. Let's make a new folder, call this, how do you spell rhythm? Is that how you spell rhythm? And then let's make a new scene. Call it like my DDR. Okay, so, okay, how much time do I have left? I already wasted a bunch. I already wasted 4 minutes. Okay. 15 minutes to make the basics of a rhythm game. You want a UI and you want keys to be pressed. So we're gonna want symbols that represent up, down, left, and right. Or you could do WASD. I'm just trying to think of right now what symbols I can use. I think that makes sense. Let's see. So I'm going to create a UI text and we'll call this up. We'll focus in on it, make this 2D. And we'll say that this says W, right? I'll just use WASD. That's going to be my replacement for up, down, left, and right. So we'll have this centered. Rhythm. Did I spell that right? RHYTH. Oops. Yeah, THM. Okay, good. Maybe just a circle that comes in contact to another circle, so only one button is needed. Right, but then the problem is, and that's like the main thing I was thinking of is when you're designing this, you want to sort of templatize the mechanic of hitting something on point, And what that means is that you also have to have that one system that says that you can use that template for several different types of inputs, right? So it's like whether it's up, down, left, or right, or a circle, triangle, whatever. So I'm just going to do this because that's kind of like one of the necessary components for it. So you have this W. I'm going to change the font size to crazy big, and we'll have I'll have overflow on, and it'll overflow. Okay, so it's just like that. And I think I could just take this, add components, 2D box collider, and we'll change this, crank it up, and crank it up. Something like that, maybe. I might fail terribly at this, by the way. Is trigger, okay. And we don't want it to be a trigger, so that's all good. This might be just about it. Maybe what you do is, I'm gonna try some things right now. Let's just kind of keep going with this. I'm gonna delete that, and then in the canvas, I'm gonna put in a new UI image, and it'll just be this blank square for now. We'll focus in on it, and we're gonna tell it to be like a little transparent. So this is the spot that our thing has to go and touch, right? And we'll give this a box collider as well. And it's also gonna be nice and big for us. This. Also, I'm like making these fucking massive, I realized. Maybe I'm gonna dial this back 1 second. Okay, here we go. Let's do them much smaller. So this will be the W key. Cool. Boom, boom. You have to fail to learn. Absolutely. I'm gonna fail my ass off right now. Will I learn? We'll see. Who knows? Maybe this will be a totally miserable experience. So I'm gonna scale this up and still do the overflow and keep it like that. But now I'm actually just going to scale it down as well so it keeps some resolution. Okay, something like that. That's fine. Then I'll duplicate these, or actually, I'll just make one, give it the box collider that we need. I'm surprised that this box collider still is so fucking tiny. Like, will this UI image, okay. Make sure this W is, yep, everything checks out. Line spacing, great. Maskable, great. Okay. I'll put this on top of it. This W. Okay. This. All right. Now I can duplicate this thing. This one will be A. This one will be S. This one will be D. Okay, and I'm gonna give it an FSM. Actually, you know what? I don't even need an FSM. I'm just gonna go off the names. So it'll be WASD. All the game objects are named what they are, and we could just use a get string for that. And I'm gonna delete this old prefab, toss in these new boys. I'll have to do them individually because, of course, W, S, D, and A. What do you press to rename objects quickly? F2, which I just found out, by the way, is also the case for everything in Windows. My whole life, and I didn't know you could hit F2 to rename things in Windows. Okay, so I'm gonna take these boys, delete them, and then this is our little hitbox zone. That stays stationary. I'm gonna create another one, UI image. I'm gonna scale it down and I'll put it up here and I'll say that this is where the letters come from. So this is spawn point. And then I'll create an empty. We'll call this, what do you call it? Like, what do you call that? The the move manager or letter manager, you know, like the hit thing, whatever the hell, you know what I'm talking about. This is the thing that spawns the letters, or if you're playing DDR, the arrows, or if you're playing some shape-based game, the shapes, the thing spawner. So this is gonna have an FSM on it, and then it's going to have a, let's see, like, it'll have a create object in there for sure, right? And you might even start it off though with a wait state, right? You give a wait time, say 2 seconds. Tony Appleton says, this is Devartini. Wait, speaking of colliders, is the Discord you linked me the place to post my cars following through the terrain? Wait, is the Discord you linked me the place to post my cars following through? Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah, it's just SSD Games YouTube Discord. That should be the place. Yeah. My channel that I have set up is called like Unity Playmaker Help. So if you're problem solving, you can put it in there, or if you're just sharing what you're working on, you go to the dev WIP channel, which stands for work in progress, by the way. Okay, so it waits 2 seconds, then it sends a new event, next, fires off. How much time do I have left? 7 minutes. Okay, perfect. Goes to the next state. So this will be initialize wait, and here it does create object, and it'll create the game object will be a variable called next move, and the spawn point will be the spawn point. The parent will be the canvas. Actually, maybe not even the canvas, but instead I'll create a new empty and call this moves, and that way it's sorted, because everything in your canvas it has its own little hierarchy. So the things at the top are kind of at the, this is so counterintuitive. I know that's fucking confusing for a lot of people, but in your canvas, the things that are at the top are at the bottom layer. So the things that are at the bottom of the hierarchy that are in your canvas are at the top layer. You know, so it's kind of like the inverted logic of like if you were in Photoshop. So like this image game object is actually at the bottom. This spawn point is just above it, and this moves is above both of them. So I'm putting this moves empty game object here, so anything we put inside of it is at least above everything else in the hierarchy. So in here, I'll put my moves game object as the spawn point. Okay, and then it'll store the object as last spawned move. And then I guess that's kind of the thing too, is that I guess I could try like a move towards, vector 2 move towards, and then I could say the game object we want to move towards will be the last spawned move, and then the target it's moving towards is, I'll call this the hitbox, right? This is where you're actually supposed to hit the thing. Let's see. Sorry, can't stick around, but I got. Oh, Two-Sided Game says, "What's up?" Can't stick around. I gotta go because Forza 5 just finished updating. See you, Steven. All right, man. Enjoy that 2 to 5 month break you were talking about. I'm jealous because I would very much like to be playing games every day. Okay. Fuck, 4 minutes. Can I do this in 4 minutes? I have to admit, I'm not really feeling optimistic about this anymore. There's a lot of work here. Okay, so the finished event, I'm going to be moving it towards the hitbox. And the finished distance, I'll set to 0.1. So it's like really close to absolute. And then when it's finished, it says reached destination. I don't know, you just name that whatever you want. That'll fire off to too late. Or actually, this could be like halfway. And instead of 0.1, I'll put like finish distance. You know, you could change, this is like up to you, right? So for me, I'll put like, if it's 0.5 units away from it. And then when it's halfway, I'll do the same thing. So I can copy and paste this move towards. And this time when it's 0.01, then this one is called too late. And then the speed all set to whatever 0.5. And this one is also 0.5. Because my bank account will be going down and yours will be going up. I'm not so sure about that. We might just both be going down together. Might swing around later. I don't know. Yeah, no worries, man. Have a good one, dude. Too late, halfway. See what time tells. Sure. I think. Okay, so and then in here you do a. You're gonna want to use a get button so you can address your input manager, but I'm just gonna do a get key because I am trying to wrap this up. We'll do a get key down, and I'll put it down here, and the key will be. No. So this is what I was talking about earlier. When it really your system is gonna change so much depending on the fact, or your system is gonna change every time it is expecting to like hit something. It needs to make sure that the key you're hitting is matching the thing that it's, you know, the corresponding UI element. Hitting up for up, down for down, left for left. So I can't use a get key because that's hard coded in. I would have to use a get button, right? Because then the button name here is dynamic and I could store this as a variable, right? So I'd put this. So what I'm gonna do right now is like, I might not have a full-fledged working system, but I'll give you the bare bone structure because now this is gonna take time. But so here, the button name, I would put down next button, or no, like current move or something like that. It's troublesome though because I'm doing this all wrong. How much time do I have now? 56 seconds. Fucking hell. Okay, hold on. Don't listen to any of this. This is such a bad way of doing it. Instead, all right, give me 8 more minutes, I swear to God. Here, I'm gonna change this to 8 more minutes on the clock. 8. So the move manager does yeah, sorry. It was such a hard-coded way of doing it. It was bound to fail. So what you want is let's take some notes here, right? I'm gonna make a new empty here. I'm gonna add an FSM, and I'm just gonna go ahead and add in a comment. So what do we want? We want something that spawns, or one, you have generate array of key presses, right? Then you have spawn key presses element in order. Then you have the hitbox looking for next key press. Would it making like a metronome where you have to hit only one button? Well, that's like a totally different thing. You know, like a part of building this is like you, like there's a way to build this that is super easy that I could have had finished and working in the first like 5 minutes, but it would have been all hard coded. It wouldn't have been scalable. You would have had to gone through and copy and paste all the same sort of logic for every beat of the song and every new song. You know, it's not scalable, and I absolutely do not want to teach that kind of stuff. So it's like the interesting thing here is how do you make something that is templatable, you know, something that you can scale up to, like, oh, now I could just make arrays of all the key presses, and then the whole system just runs automatically, and then you just fill out the information for the new song, you know? So you generate an array of key presses, spawn key press elements in order, hitbox looking for the next key presses, and then you can even have it so like once key press element is too late, the next key press is updated to the next item in the array. So that's going to be what we're working off of right now. Again, I'm not actually sure if I'll make this, but at least I was able to get the logic down to at least put you in the right direction. So generate the array of key presses. You can have it like the move manager. It'll be, let's see, delete this. We'll call this one generate moves, right? Generate move list. So you kind of have like a random string, maybe select random string, something like this. Okay, yeah, that works. So you know, you have, these have to be named exactly the same thing that your game objects would be named for the method that I'm thinking about using. Make sure that is up to 1. So they all have a 100%. Each of these basically has 100% chance, which means for every 4 moves, you'll at least get 1 of these on average. And we'll store the string as a new variable called current generated move, and then you do a array add, and the array will be a new one that we'll call move list, and it's a string array, and we won't change the size, but we'll add it to that move list, and the value will be that current move generated. So it's getting WASD, then it's adding it to that, and then we'll loop through this. We'll have a loop state, and we'll loop through this, let's say 15 times. Let's say there's only 15 moves, right? Keep this simple. And then we'll have next. Okay, so that creates our array full of moves. And then in here, we want to, that's basically saying that we're ready to go, that it's initialized. So what's next in that? Spawn the key presses elements in order. Right, okay. So that means that we'll do a create object. And I want to say that you can have like a string game object. No. You could even do random game object. Let's do this instead. And the array will actually be for game objects. Oops. Okay, that way you could just drop in the actual thing. So same setup, except we're just using game objects. So we have W, A, S, and D. Okay, and then you're storing that game object in a new variable called next move underscore game object. Okay, array add move list next move underscore game object. Just call the extra time a checkpoint bonus. Uh-huh. Make it easier, didn't finish, then gotcha. Okay. Okay, so now it'll have all those, and then in here we'll do create object. We'll actually have an array get next, and that'll get from the array move list. And the loop event will have new event. We'll just call it loop event. And then the finished event will be one called complete. Okay, and the result is going to be current selected move. And we're gonna put this in the next right here. So get next move. Okay, so when it loops, it sends down to here where you create the object. So current selected move. The parent will be our moves game object. Spawn point will be the spawn point. And then each of those will actually have their own logic to just move them down. So once it creates them, I don't even have to tell the other thing. I think that's actually about it. Let's see. That might be it. Okay. This is kind of your logic here. Let me see. Let's add this in. Add FSM, and we'll just put in like a translate and have it move down on the y-axis at like 1 unit. Ah, that sound. Yeah, I should technically be done now, right? Let me just save this template, and we'll call this like, DDR move mover, the move mover, the thing that moves the little symbol across the screen. Save in template, sure. And that way I can I'll copy this component, and then I'll paste it in these guys too. Paste component is new, and paste component is new, and paste component is new. Should we see if that works? Oops, I'm moving them up, and they're going too slow. Good thing I templatized it. Okay. It'll be -3. And I think, did these, okay. S, good. W, yeah, okay. Oh, complete needs to send off over here too. Get next move, goes down here, creates the object. You know what? We'll put like a little wait right here. So there's like a 0.75 second one. And then it'll go back here. All right, let's see how this plays. Okay, they need to move faster. -10. Also, how tiny are they? Holy shit. Oh, there they are, because they're spawning up here. Okay. So that's like a part of it. And then we'll have this, maybe like 1.25. Change these guys to like -35. Okay, and then you have the hitbox, and the hitbox will have a, I guess like a key. So Dusty, we earlier you were definitely onto something. You definitely were you were right about the whole like having it just be a metronome thing. Because before I was too concerned about it hitting the right thing, but that would only be a problem if you had like, you know, like I don't know what you call it, like enemy or bomb one. You know the rhythm games where like they send you the phony ones that you're not supposed to click, and it's like if you click those, then you fuck up, or if you click the wrong thing, then you fuck up. Or actually, that is right. Actually, what am I talking about? You see, I'm confounding a lot of the logic of different rhythm games right now. Because in some of them, it is just a metronome thing. It's like you can only hit one thing at a time and it doesn't matter. In other ones, it does matter, like if you click the right key or not. If you pressed up when it was supposed to be down, then you fucked up. So that means there needs to be multiple hitboxes. So there needs to be hitbox underscore W. And I'll templatize this, so I'll just do like there's one for A, and then there's one for S, and there's one for D. Let's start with the W one first. But essentially, oops. You'd have W over here, A right here, S right here, and D right here. This is one way to. Okay, so now I am seeing that like in the thing that spawns them, generate move list. Spawn move. The spawn point might be worth, let's see. You do like a get name. Of the last spawn moved. Let's see. Sorry, was it current selected move? Name. And then you have a find game object. Or is it a get child? And the child name is whatever that current move name is, and you could use that. You can even do like a build string thing if you wanted, where it's like you have two parts. The first thing is current move name, and the other element is like spawner. And get child, current move name, store result as what is the right word I'm looking for? The like appropriate spawner. And the spawn point will be the appropriate spawner. And the game object child will be from the spawn points thing. We'll call this the move spawner. And then in here, create, you can actually duplicate that. And then in here, let's see, they should line up. So this one is for W, This one is for A. This one's for S. This one's for D. Okay. And the names that we just named them, it's like the letter and then spawner. So for this one, it's called W spawner. Make sure I'm spelling it exactly the same way. A, oops. This one is S. This one is D. Yeah, I think that's about right. Turn that off. Okay, so they should all spawn from those properly now. Parent, they'll all be in moves, appropriate spawner. I guess let's see if that works. So D comes from there, A comes from there, D, W, S, W, A. Okay, so it's working, right? And so now what you could do is just have it so each one of those is like a metronome. If anything touches me when you're pressing the key, then it accepts it as an input, right? So that's kind of what the game would look like if you weren't playing. And then you'd have these hitboxes. They need to have functionality. So in here you'd have like a key press. God, but it's like, fuck. I wish key press, or what is it? Key down. I wish you could just type that shit in. I wonder if anybody has that on the ecosystem. Key down. Key down from string. Brilliant. Get that shit. Let me see. Key code. Does it have to use? Let's see. I'm gonna get it. Get key down from string. I'm gonna preview it. Let's see. Sends an event when the key string is pressed. Warning, the string must be a valid key code. So maybe I could just search like Unity key codes. Yeah, so it is just kind of like the way your input manager works off of strings. So they're all lowercase for us, right? So in here, you could put key down from string, and then make this a variable, called this key down name. And in variables, make it an input. So you could change it from these and it'll be templatized. So I'm actually gonna templatize this right now. Save template, and we'll call this key down hitbox thing, right? I'll put all these in the DDR category. Yes, okay. So in here, so now that it's exposed over here, I could say, which one is this for? This is for W. I could put W in here. It's a lowercase w. Now I can just copy and paste this template all over the place. And it'll send the event next. And we'll send over here where it'll be doing a trigger or trigger info. Get 2D trigger info. Game object. What is this? Game object hit. Get the game object hit. Right. Okay, brilliant. So object, or no, that's not necessarily right either. I just want to check if it did hit anything at all. Oh, I guess you could do game object hit, new variable, game or object hit, and then you could do is null. So this checks whether or not you hit anything. So object hit, and if it's null, it says is null, and is not null, not null. So if it is null, that means it didn't hit anything. And it might just send back, but I'll call this one hit nothing. And then if it's not null, then it'll send forward to where it'll check if it's the correct game object. Or actually, it's not even needs to check if it's, you know what it'll do? It'll do like a get distance, right? You could do, this is kind of like a nice way of having the sort of like relative, like how close they got to it. So get distance between, I guess, yeah, the game object and then the target. So actually put that over here right after it hits it. It gets the distance between them, store the result in distance, not every frame though. So it gets so when you hit it, it'll store that distance the moment you did hit it. And then the next step it'll check that distance and it'll do a compare float. So it'll check your distance and, you know, you can almost maybe be better set with a float switch. Sends the float could represent distance, angle to target, health left. The array sets of floats. There's float switches. Yeah, float switch might be better. So you're going to be checking the distance, and let's say there's only two steps. There's either it's less than 0.25, which is like, call this one like perfect, and then but then that's kind of weird because if these are less thans, you know what it is? It is a float compare because it's a kind of a binary state, right? You either got a perfect or good enough, or you missed it entirely, which is already taken care of, is null, right? So the float you're checking being distance, and the float of, let's call it 0.5. If it's equal, you'll have good. If it's less than, it'll be called perfect. If it's greater than, we'll call it good too. But then you're gonna have to kind of like, you're just gonna have to shrink your own target box to what you think is like a good, and also change this distance, right? So perfect goes here, good goes here, perfect and good. Okay, and then hit nothing, miss, right? And so you could put in here kind of like a set string, set string. I'm gonna go a little bit. Guys, you already threw me off so hard that I am gonna just I'm really just gonna take this one to the end. So we'll have a little I'm gonna duplicate this A, and I'm gonna call this like sort of like hit or miss. I'm gonna open it up and we'll call it hit or miss, and then I'm gonna remove this template from it. Remove component, add components, Playmaker FSM, call this one, doesn't even matter what I call it. Edit it, and then it'll have a set string value that is running every frame, and the string value is a new variable called hit or miss. And actually, sorry, I'm doing a UI text, UI set text, and I'm using the hit or miss. Okay, and we'll run that every frame. And then I'll have like a random float between -3 and 3. Random float, and then we'll have a translate. And on X and Y, it'll be random float. So it just kind of like moves it. And we don't want any box collider, remove component. So hit or miss. I'm just going to copy this so I don't fuck it up. Okay, and then in this, where was it? Was I doing this in here? Yeah. Set if SM string. We'll do a create object. And hit or miss. The parent will be we'll have a UI image, and actually what would be good? Hitbox. I guess just the hitbox. I guess it'll just be the parent. So set a start state here, call this initialize, get owner, and then this game object. So in here, the parent will be this game object, and so will the spawn point. And then store the object in last hit or miss. And then set FSM string, the variable name, that's where we paste that in, hit or miss, and we'll set the value as missed. And I'll copy these. And in perfect, we'll say perfect. And in good, we'll say good. In hit or miss, I'll also have a wait action that waits like 2 seconds and then goes to complete. And pull your objects, but I'm gonna do a destroy object. Destroy self. Okay. Cool. Is that it? It needs to send back, so these two will kind of send here. We do back again, where we do like a next frame moment. Maybe a new event called back to start. And then we'll have it right here where it'll have, actually, no. We'll call this reset, and then this will be back to start. Global transition, back to start. So it gets sent over here, but over here we need to reset some of these things. So like, for example, the object hit and distance, I think. Let's see if that's set game object, and then set float, I think. Yeah, so we can set distance to 0 and object hit to nothing. Okay, so those get reset. Put this next to frame event at the bottom. Okay, and miss should also just get sent to reset. Okay, something like this. I think that's it. And perhaps the hitbox. This doesn't even have a hitbox, huh? gets the info on the last trigger 2D event and store it in variables. So this needs a trigger. (2D collider). Let's say size. Should I just do 50-50? Something like that. Yeah. Copy component. Put in all of these. All right. I think that's good. Should I just run it? Oh, I forgot. Hold on. Do these have some... One of these things I needed like a... Right, key down name is a... Aha. So all these need to have a template, which is the hitbox. And then I'll change one of these at a time. Whoa, what the fuck? That's kind of a... There we go. Key down. This one is A. This one is S. And this one is D. All right, let's give it a shot. WASD. So I have two S's coming up. I can't really see where they hit. So if I do this, nothing's happening. Oh, you know what? It might also be tied to the fact that I never checked if that custom action I got actually works. Yeah, look at that. I'm hitting W, but this isn't actually giving me something. It might be that this action doesn't work. And it sends the event next. Get key down from string. What if it was just capital W? Nope. Key down from string, huh? Oh, it was supposed to be. Is it keycode.a? Keycode.a. Let's try that. Or in this case, keycode.w. Is that gonna help me out? Nope. And what about just capital W before I ran it? Oh yeah, there we go. It's supposed to be capital. My bad. Okay. S. D. Okay, there we go. So W, oops. W. What the hell? How come it... Wait, why did it work before and now it doesn't work? Oh, that's so strange. Only D works? Why the fuck is only D working? S? Oh, very strange. Okay. For some reason, it's only working when I have the editor highlighted. It's also not spawning those things like I wanted. Or maybe it is, but I just forgot to do this. In miss, this should be the last hit or miss. Let's see. It is strange how the keys only seem to be responding. Oh yeah, they do respond at all times. Okay. So D, W, 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 W. So none of those are really responding. Okay. Two-sided game says, sup, what you doing this stream then? Dusty Wee had some questions about whatchamacallit, rhythm games. So I was trying to just set up a quick rhythm game thing going right now. Dio says, hello. How's it going, Dio? And Frank Reynolds, how's it going? How's it going, Frank? It's going well over here. However, I do have to figure out why these hitboxes, they should be triggers, right? And then these are not triggers. Okay, so maybe I just needed to change these to triggers. Yes, is trigger. Now let's try it. Yeah, it's all my fault. I'm sorry. Yeah. No, this is fun. Missed, missed, missed. Yeah, so let me see. Wait for one to get really close. Missed. So there's definitely something wrong because my hitboxes, let me see. Like this next S, if it's in here. It's saying that I didn't even hit anything, right? If I pause the game, you'll see it always comes up here to miss. It never even got to the thing where it measures the distance. So let's see. In here, 2D trigger. Maybe I could turn this off and send event or just store collider object hit instead of using the get trigger. Let's see if that works. All right, so the first one is going to be A. So that's a miss, right? Duh. And then miss. Those should be hits though, right? Like these are pretty damn, like I basically nailed these. And then you can even see too, what am I in? The A one? It never got that either. It never got to the get distance. So the game object is null. Object hit. If it's null, sends off over there. Yeah, strange. Sorry, I got a little distracted right now. What is going on? So I'm making the rhythm game that Dusty Wee was kind of talking about. Was asking about some rhythm game stuff. And I'm just horsing around a little bit today. I was doing texturing stuff, but then I got very sidetracked. I should get back to that again in a little bit, but I want to get this to a decent working position, and I think I could do that. So do you remember that game called Smashy Road and Crossy Road? I do. I never really played it, but I remember hearing the names. Using class sims to see if my parachutes are worth a shit. So far, they're looking good. That's sick. I remember Ian Hubert during one of his talks at that BlenderCon. He's showing like a parachute sim he did with cloth stuff. He's like, I didn't think that would work, and it did, and it looked really fucking good. Like it looked really, really good. Frank, you should upload a clip in the dev whip. Alright, Steven, I gotta go to sleep. See ya. All right, man. Have a good night. I'm trying to build up the nerve. Frank, my dude. Let's see it. Let's see it. All right. Oh, you know what? These are is trigger. But how are these doing? How these are set up? They're not trigger, so that's good. And they're nice and big, so that shouldn't be a problem. You know what it could be? It could be some weird 2D physics shit that I don't get with like being on different layers maybe. I'm always a nervous wreck when it comes to sharing my shit. Confidence issues, my dude. Baby steps. Let's move forward in baby steps. Get a little sneak peek. Don't have to hold the whole thing. Trigger. Maybe. Super weird. So it creates it as a parent of moves, which is in the canvas. Maybe if I just move moves like this, maybe that'll work. How about using tags to check for the right collider? The problem is right now, it seems like it's not even recognizing them to begin with. Let me see. So my hitbox. Yeah, oh well, there's W, what about A? See, they always go to miss, and miss is only based off of whether or not the object is null, this object hit thing. So I'm trying to get the object from a trigger 2D event, or a get trigger 2D info. So its missed is based off of it not even recognizing the trigger to begin with. What is happening and what is supposed to happen? So what's happening is it's saying that there is no object hitting the trigger. The trigger is never, this box is never touching these letters. What's supposed to happen is it is supposed to pick up that game object, as long as it's, touching, of course. And then when it does, it's supposed to go here to the get distance. So literally it's just saying that there's nothing happening with the trigger information. I'm not really sure why. And the way I can really confirm that is at this reset, let's say I don't even want to use that set game object, so it's not resetting the object hit thing. So now if I play it, and let's see, S is coming. So right smack dab in the middle. Boom, missed. Okay, so for S, still, I never reset that, and it still says that none. It hit none. You know what it could be too? It could be the fact that it's on trigger enter. Maybe if it's trigger stay. Are they set to triggers? Yep. All of these are. So these ones are the letters and they're not trigger, right? So they exist, they're solid, they're real. And the hitboxes are all set to is trigger, all of them. But maybe it had to do with on enter stay or on stay, because it's only checking that action after that they were entered. So maybe that has something to do with it. Let's see. So let's try A. A. Nope. Nope. And let's check it. Okay, it never makes it past that, so it still thinks it's not hitting anything. And it's using on trigger stay. Yeah, very strange, huh? And I don't think, I mean, they're all set to... Oh, hold on, wait, let's check my collision matrix really quick. Yeah, everything's interacting with everything. So it should be working. That's all UI. They're all on the layer UI. Okay. Oh, but, well, that doesn't matter. What are these made on? Yeah, it's on UI as well. I could rigid body 2D. I could just try to like body type is kinematic. Let's just see what happens. Rigid body 2D for A. Let's see if... Oh wait, hold on, shit, I was playing that. God damn it. Yeah, okay. Do the letters have rigid body or collider? They're just collider. So I think maybe adding rigid body will help right now. I always forget the sort of like order of what is necessary and what isn't with colliders and rigid bodies. All right, here we go. And A. Nope, nothing for A. A was the one that does have rigid bodies now. So I am able to spam right now, so I could hit it at any moment as long as, you know, so none of those are getting recognized. Let me make sure that all my moves, here we go. So this A is, yeah, it has this rigid body, it has its collider, and hitbox, they have their triggers. Very interesting. Yeah, I never really know why things happen in 2D. I don't work with 2D that much. It's a little elusive to me at times. Huh. Yeah, if I can't find this out in a moment, I hope that at least most of this could have given you an idea of how well things could be working in this system. I can't get too carried away with this. Hitbox, yeah. Try something kind of weird. Maybe it has something to do with this. I'm gonna put these in moves. See what happens. I got some ideas. Thanks for taking the time. Cool. Good. Yeah. I'll put a little bit more time in this right now. Nope, that didn't work. So strange. Oh, wait. Oh, wait, no. Okay. Like, I have a feeling I wouldn't have ran into this problem if I was using 3D objects. It's just 2D stuff that always kind of fucks with me. What if I change the collision detection from discrete to, what is the other one? A constant or something? Continuous. Maybe problem in Playmaker logic? Could be. I'm not sure what though. Hitbox. So I hit the thing. Has a 2D trigger event. Are there any other like set no. You know what I could do? Is like, instead of these trigger events, we could do like a raycast. Direction, +1 in the Y. Distance, whatever, 100. And then the object hit, right, like that. But maybe that'll work. And turn off all these box colliders so it doesn't hit itself. Will that work? Well, let's try. Why is it not even like whoa, super weird. Let's see. Huh. I didn't even see any of those get launched. What the fuck? Maybe if you bang on your PC, potentially. Let me also activate this set game object thing again so it resets. Sometimes that helps. Yeah, sometimes you need to. So the weird thing too is that these raycasts should be hitting the thing Ah. Wait a minute. If it's good, it spawns that. And it says that, yeah. That is super weird. If you try to plug in and plug it back in, you know what? That sincerely might be the answer. But it's about to be 3:30, and DestUE, I think this does show you a pretty good idea of like how the system might be set up, right? Hopefully you can begin problem solving what to do in your own thing. But a quick recap just to go over this. I'll delete this because that doesn't need there. You have your move manager. This is the first thing that you might want to do is like you build the thing that actually sets the move list, right? So at the top of the list, at the top of the FSM, you have a generate move list state, all right, with a select random game object here. And I have 4 of them. Make sure all these weight values are set to 1 because when you add them, they are by default set to 0. Store the game object as next move game object. Add that last game object to an array called your move list. You have a loop state here that loops the state 15 times, so that array becomes 15 objects long. Then when that's done, it goes to the next state, which has an array get next, and it just grabs that, stores it in a current selected move, comes down to this next state where it spawns the move by getting the name of it, right? And it's named very specifically. It's like they're named after what the key and everything will be. I have a build string that's 2 parts. It takes the move name, so the name of the game object, plus the word spawner, and that's just squished together, right? And then we store that result in the current move name. And we use that current move name to get the child of the move spawner. So over here in move spawner, we have all those things. So it's the letter and the word spawner squished together, just like how the build string sets up. So this is what the build string is looking for. And it's looking for children of this move spawner game object. So here in our move manager, we'll take a look at that. See, it says get child of, click on that, the move spawner, using the appropriate, and it stores that result as appropriate spawner, creates the game object in the appropriate spawner. The parent is set to move, spawn point is set to appropriate spawner, and it waits 1.25 seconds. This is the tempo of your game. This wait action is the tempo at which each of those things spawn. And then when that's all done, it sends back to the top, where it does that again and again and again until it gets all the items from the array list. And once it's finally gone through the entire array list, it goes here to where it's complete. Nothing happens, right? So that's the move manager. And then each of those little items though, right? I have the A, the D, the S, and the W. So these are prefabs, and they have a template in them. And this is set to just translate in the -35y. So it moves downward at this speed, -35 units. This is per second every frame in self space. And all this is here for is just to move it downward. And that's pretty much it for that, right? So all of them have that. That's a template. And then in the hitbox, this is also a template. And then here's our logic. So the initialization state has a get owner, which gets this game object. And the first state has it's just waiting for the player to press a button, a key. And for mine, I use get key down from string because that was a quick and easy way to set it up. You could do get button down, whatever. But I use for the key code, I didn't, instead of just hard coding it in, since we're making a template, you have to expose. You want to make it so you could change what that is, because if I just hard coded it in, we couldn't use a template. So I make it a variable called get down name. So in our variables, I selected this box right here, input, and that exposes it here in the component. And that way we could use that template. So we get all this shit for free. And the one thing that we want to change is just the key, and you could just type it in here. So now you can copy and paste that template across other things, And now if you just make one change to the system, you don't have to go through each and everything and change the fucking whole damn thing. So you have that. And then when you do press it, it goes to the next state. And here's where, you know, I couldn't quite figure out why the physics stuff wasn't working, but I used a trigger. I tried using the get trigger 2D info. I tried using a trigger 2D event. And then I lastly tried using a raycast 2D. And so for this one, it's just like, it's just checking what the next thing in line above it is, right? And then I store the distance, and the distance is, I get it here because it's important that you get the distance only on the moment the player hit the actual button. Then I have a game object as null that checks whether or not they hit anything. So if they didn't hit anything, then it goes to here where it's a miss. And if they did hit something, then it goes here to find out what the distance was. So this distance basically just kind of decides whether or not they're got a perfect or a good. And for these perfect and goods, I create a game object called hit or miss, which is just kind of the same thing as these things, except the text is dynamically updated with this setFSM string action. So it sets the little hit or miss variable name, which is just a string. So if you get good, it'll say good. Perfect will say perfect. And if you miss, it'll say missed. And then after all these are done, whether you missed, got perfect, or good, they all send back to this reset state. And here we set the float value of that distance to 0, set the game object hit to nothing, and then we send back to the start, which is over here. So this is just kind of a place to reset those values. Otherwise, that'll get all jumbled up. So after it does reset all those values, it comes back here, and you can do it all over again. And that's pretty much it. And over here in the hierarchy, I have my canvas that has, let's see, 2 sections. There's the move section and the move spawner. So in the move spawner, this is just, you know, each of these items is where each of the letters pops up. In the move section, I have the hitbox for each of these. And that's pretty much it. So hope that helps. I might actually hop off stream to finish some of this other stuff. I gotta take a little break too. I'm gonna step outside for a minute. So thanks everybody who swung by today. It was nice being visited by the Nancy boys. I don't know if they're still in chat. If you guys are still there, what's up? Thanks for swinging by. Miss you guys. I think, let's see who else was in. Rusty already split. Frank, I think, might still be there. Dio, Tony Hamilton, two-sided game split. Chambers was in here earlier. What's up, Chambers? Damonus 22 is Luca. And Lewis. Scoderland. Who else? Matt H. And John Jero was here. And Ben Stanley at the top, and Bishka. So thanks to everybody who swung by. Hope you have a good rest of your day or night. Take good care of yourself. Make sure you're drinking lots of water. Get some exercise. If it's too hot or cold to go outside to get exercise, you know, just walk around a little bit. Do some squats. Do some push-ups or something. Get your blood flowing. You know, sitting in your chair is going to really fuck your health up in the long run. So you want to mitigate that as much as possible by just literally getting up. And make sure you spend time with your friends and family, the people you love. Give them a call. Maybe spend some one-on-one time with them in person if you can, if your lifestyle permits. And get some good sleep. All right, everybody. Dusty Wee gives a wave. Have a good one. Take care of yourselves. Peace, peace, peace.